Higher than most, eyes low in the post. Ready for whatever, buddy, trust me, you won't no smoke. Never disrespect my city, this the land of the ghosts. This shit doper than some white girls that just got off the boat. This shit came straight off the boat, straight off the boat. Straight off the boat, straight off the boat, straight off the boat, straight off the boat.
Alright, so we back at it again. Day 2 of Royal Argues with everybody about sports. Yesterday was really fun. Arguing with my freshman brother Wesley Cargill. He left me with some nuggets, gave me some things to think about. Ultimately, he was wrong about his Game 3 prediction. We all saw how that went, but we can get into that if you want to do that. But make sure you let me know. Now, if you want to come over here and argue me, I'm open to it. Just send me a message and we on the way. Now, y'all see my boy Bosch back there on the TV. So I had to get another Heat fan in here. Today we talking to my dog Keianna Ates, a.k.a. the Master Key. She's a very talented writer, very talented poet. You should check out some of her work. She posts all the time, and it's just dope material. She's very conscious, very well spoken, and she's just an amazing person to talk to, and always have great conversations with her. But my sis also knows something about these sports. She was a former quarterback for the Tallahassee Diamonds or the Tallahassee Jewels, wherever they had a women's pro football team in. She was a quarterback, so she knows her sports. So we're going to get into that, and I'm going to call her right now. I'll put on the full screen. Turn my boy Bosch down back here. Yo!
What up?
Chilling. I like the collared shirt thing. I should have did me one. I'm wearing a t-shirt. How you been, Key?
I've been good, man. I've been pretty good. You?
That's fantastic. So you know why I'm calling, man, so we can get on this thing and we can argue about sports. I mean, me and you don't typically disagree on very many things. We tend to have the same line of thought when it comes to most but I'm trying to see if I can find a subject today where we can disagree.
Okay.
So you told me that you didn't get a chance to fully watch the game, but you was keeping up with the stats and stuff last night, and you saw that Golden State now has a 3-0 lead on the Cavaliers. So
yeah, I missed the game just like LeBron did.
so just sticking with that. So now that you know that they 3-0 and you seen the stats and all that kind of stuff, do you think Cleveland will even be able to win a game in this series?
If the gods of mercy has favor upon them, yes, they might get one.
Might get one.
For the sake of revenue, for the sake of the integrity of the finals in the NBA, I think they at least get one.
Yeah, that's the same argument somebody made to me yesterday. They were saying that the league ain't gonna let LeBron James lose or get swept in the finals.
And go to state and go let LeBron James win the finals. So.
Well, that's the truth. We already know he ain't winning. That's already been established. Kevin Durant put a nail in that coffin last night. But like not even like one game. That's all you giving LeBron? One?
Yeah. I mean, I'm giving him 0.5. I'm saying that the guys in favor of mercy is upon their life, then they'll get that one.
I called it a sweep. Like I called it before the series. I always thought it was gonna be a sweep. The matchup is clearly like too much for Bron.
Yeah, KD went off last night. Every column.
No, like it got to the point in the game last night where, you know what I mean, we all know that that's Steph Curry's team, kind of in a sense. Like it's Steph Curry's team. KD's the best player, but Steph Curry's on the team. It got to the point where Steph was playing so bad where he was like, you know what, KD, you do it. He let that man bring he let that man bring the ball up court. KD was playing point guard. The man ended with 7 assists last night. Like he was a monster, bro, and he was the best player in that game. So sticking with that, is KD the best player in the league?
No, sir.
Who's the best player in the league?
Not KD.
I don't want to say his name, but
No, not KD. I think he's a great player. Like I think best is a part. Like depends on what what qualities you think are great in a player.
Yeah.
I personally think KD is a slab rider, but he's producing at his role. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So best would have been how he stayed at OKC and then was able to win. But you jumped on a winning team. You're producing, but best, no, you're a asset or whatever, but you're not the best.
So I'm finna message your head a little bit. So are we saying that LeBron James is the best player in the league?
No, we're not.
Those are the
my opinion is skewed. I think Dwayne Wade is the best player in the league.
okay. You tugging at my heartstring there, Key. You know I love that boy. I can't argue with things like that. But come on, we know, like at this point in his career,
Production-wise,
yeah,
yes,
like it's over with.
Yeah.
Yes, but realistically, like LeBron James is the best player in the league.
Not to me.
Well, you got to give me another name. You can't say Dwayne Wade. That's out.
Well, you cannot say Russell Westbrook.
No, you cannot say Russell Westbrook
Why?
because he's a
You cannot
stat whore. He's not a.
say what?
He's a stat whore, not a basketball player. He's possibly one of the most talented low IQ athletes of all time. Like I'm not denying that the man is talented, but come on, man. Like you can't play with Kevin Durant. You can't play with Victor Oladipo. You can't play with Carmelo Anthony. You can't play with Paul George. You can't play with James Harden. How many superstars do you have to get this man, and all of them leave and have better careers without him before you realize that, you know what I mean, the central problem in that is Russell Westbrook.
True. So then I'll basically have to pick out a KD and Durant. KD and LeBron.
Well, those are the only two options. I don't know why you tried to go any other route. You hate them both.
Yeah.
Your personal preference has no place in this argument, Keith.
If I had to choose between the two, I'd say LeBron.
Okay, so now back to the original point. You called Katie a slab writer. Because, but was LeBron not also a slab writer?
He was the original one, but he's not one at this point in his career. He went back to his trash. He's producing with his trash.
Okay, so then what happens if KD decides, okay, I done got my rings in Golden State, I'm going back to OKC?
Then he's a retired slab writer.
A retired slab writer.
Yeah.
He's in his second career now.
Yeah.
As a non-slab writer basketball player, I can respect that. That's pretty dope. Now, you did throw two topics at me today that I did want to dive into because I thought they were really interesting. And one of it is like, why can't LeBron James fans be realistic? Like,
I don't know. That's a good question.
You gave it to me, Keith, so I thought you had the answer.
I just don't have the answer. Why are they not realistic?
I think that they're realistic. What they do is they lack objectivity. So when it comes to LeBron James fans, like everything, they look at it through LeBron James's eyes. So LeBron James has no help, despite the fact that he has 2 All-Stars on his team. Not this year, because this year, every point that they make is validated. He has no help on this team.
Right.
But
he also built that team.
That is one thing that's part of the no objectivity of his fans. They do
That's
not.
the whole thing. You deleted everybody. You started over. You create a player, and the player or the team ain't what you expected to be. You're responsible. If you're the greatest, and you're the greatest when it comes down to doing what's best, you should be also the worst when you make the worst decisions. Accountability. I don't think that LeBron James fans or LeBron has accountability.
That is a perfect way to phrase that, Key. Nobody holds this man accountable for anything. Decisions that he makes.
Or an excuse. Never LeBron messed up or LeBron just didn't come through for y'all boys.
It's like last night. Last night is a perfect example. People are going to argue that LeBron James had a triple-double last night. But for everything that he did, LeBron James got everything that he needed last night to win that game. He had help from his teammates, which they say he never gets. He got Rodney Hood putting in 15 points. J.R. Smith contributed double digits. Kevin Love had 20 points and like 13 rebounds. And the only thing that was necessary for them to win that game was for LeBron James to outplay Kevin Durant. And he didn't do that.
He didn't want to play defense. for you to go if you're not playing defense.
None.
As a player, if you're not stopping the person who's the problem, then you're a problem.
That's the truth. And the shot that everybody's talking about from Kevin Durant, that 35-foot dagger that he hit. Right before that, Steph Curry came and set one of the laziest screens that I ever see. It wasn't even a screen. He just ran in the way. And LeBron James left Rodney Hood on that island to deal with that monster.
Basketball is a two-way game. I think people forget that. Just because you produce offensively don't mean you don't got to play defense.
Well, and I think the thing is that people rest on LeBron's laurels as far as the defensive end of the ball. Like LeBron was an elite defender back whenever he was an elite defender. He's no longer that. Huh? When he was with Miami, LeBron James was an elite defender, Key. Like, come on, I'm not the biggest LeBron James supporter either, but I'm not gonna let you do that to that man. I do think that he's the one.
I'm sorry, I just forgot he hadn't been playing defense this long, so it slipped my mind.
I can understand how that can happen because the boy hasn't played defense all season, so he's definitely not playing any now. He's running from defense out there when Kevin Durant giving your team 43, and that can't happen. That can't happen. That's too.
And then Steph Curry didn't produce. Like, that's the scary part.
The scary part is none of the Splash Brothers produced. Yeah. Draymond Green had 10 points and 2 rebounds. Like, come on, man.
Those were reversed. So what is the LeBron fans argument?
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, today?
If KD did it with no help and won, why can't LeBron win with no help?
Well, KD won 1 game with no help. Now,
LeBron ain't won 1 game with no help.
Yeah, but this is the truth. But that's not completely his fault, Key. Game 1, he did everything. I give him credit for game 1. He did everything possible except for attack Steph Curry on that last play where he passed to George Hill. He did. I do not fault him for that loss on game 1. That's completely on JR. You have to at least give him that, Key. Nothing?
I mean, he did play a great game, but he still took an L, so it's...
I mean, you can take an L, but it's not your fault. Every L on the Cavs ain't LeBron James' fault.
When you're the king, everything is your fault under your dominion. You should have had the ball. You should have rebounded the ball. JR should have rebounded. How about that?
JR should have been on the wing. LeBron should have been on the block fighting for that rebound.
He should have been on the block.
It's hard to argue with stuff like that, Key. It's hard. But it's like, what more could the man have done? He scored 51 points and lost by 10.
Yeah, well, he should have scored 60.
It would have went into double overtime. My God. This is a tough crowd.
His mindset is what I really don't like. He's like a big old baby. Like, he's like a crybaby. Like, if something don't go his way, he'll pout instead of, like, producing. And that's what's been going on the rest of the series. Like, ever since that one game basically ruined everything. Oh, I did this, so nothing I'm going to do is matter. Like, no, that's not true. The truth is that happened, move forward, and I think that's what it is. He kind of mentally checked out. That's another reason I watched this game, because LeBron, they wasn't there last game. Like,
you talk about it in game 2?
Yeah.
I agree. Like, LeBron James had a big assist game last game, but I think he was pretty passive in that game. Like,
you don't have room for that in the finals.
You don't have room for 13 assists against Golden State. You need to be the scorer. Like, you're the only elite scorer on that roster. You have to be that. And I think, to a fault, LeBron James always makes the right basketball play. And yeah, like, people preach for making the right basketball play, but sometimes the right basketball play ain't the right basketball play. You know what I mean? Like, on that play where he passed the ball to George Hill, it was the right basketball play because George Hill would have had a wide open layup had he not gotten fouled. But in that situation, you got Steph Curry on you on the switch. Like, there's absolutely no way that I'm passing that ball. There's no way Kobe passed that ball. There's no way Jordan passed that ball. And
you said Wade already?
We already know Wade not passing nothing, no way. Like,
Wade. Gotta put that in there, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how LeBron became the champion. That's another story. So
that's a relevant story, though. You know, and I love that story. It's one of my favorites. I have my wife read it to me as I go to sleep. but yeah, like we already know how Wade impacted LeBron James' career, and we know that he's in that category with Jordan and Kobe as far as
He is LeBron's career.
he what now?
He is LeBron's career. Like the forefront of LeBron's.
No,
The champion LeBron, not the GOAT, the champion, the actual person who became qualified to become the GOAT. There is no GOAT discussion without the GOAT, Dwayne Wade.
I know plenty of people who will give you an argument on that. I am not one of them.
Yeah, what they got to say, I'm telling you what I have to say.
This your time. This your episode. Hey, you feel me? Then say it then.
They could argue on their own episode. I said what I said. that Kyrie left LeBron because he sees that he's overrated. Who wants to leave the GOAT?
Wait, you think LeBron's overrated, Key?
Well, I think so. Like, I think that they put it's too much positive and not enough realistic stuff when it comes to LeBron. He's a great player, but he also got great flaws.
It's also because he's great at controlling the narrative surrounding his career.
Right.
He's the master of spin. So if you watch,
he should be accountable when he takes L's.
That's not how he's built his career. You built your career to say that I gave my all. I laid out everything on the line, and then the stat sheet will always support LeBron James. It will always support his argument. And look, we both know what he didn't have the impact that he was supposed to have last night on that game. But the man had a triple-double with 33 points.
That's beautiful.
It's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, that's all it is. Oh, great.
But that L, though.
That L. The outside of a building can be painted beautifully, but if on the inside is raggedy, then what are we discussing?
I get it. So let me ask you this: what, like, aside from his fans, what's LeBron James's biggest problem? Like on court, what do you believe LeBron James's biggest flaw is that doesn't get talked about enough?
He's a crybaby that's not accountable when he's messing up.
And you think he's bought into that?
I think that's who he is. He's a crybaby.
Oh, you said that's on LeBron, not everybody around. That's on LeBron, not everybody around him. That don't like because the coaches don't hold him accountable, teammates don't hold him accountable, and you believe that's all like that's who LeBron James is. LeBron James doesn't hold himself accountable.
Yeah, accountability is a personal thing. Like you have to be accountable. Like right now, you have a wife and you have bills to pay, right?
Yes.
You are accountable for that. That's what you like. If it don't work out, then you're the person they look at. You can't blame it on the light people. You can't blame it on, you know what I'm saying? That would be the refs in that situation. You can't blame it on the landlord for charging a certain amount. You know what's necessary. If you're a champion, you've been down the road before. You're just not accountable.
Like, what qualities does the GOAT have to have?
The GOAT must be reliable. The GOAT must be accountable. The GOAT must not be a crybaby. The GOAT must play the best person on the other side of the ball. It's not just a one-sided game. I don't care if you go drop 50 points. If you don't have at least 5-10 steals to go with those 50, then what good does it do? You have to play on both sides of the ball. You have to give your all. You cannot give up if these don't go your way. Like, you got to fight. Like, and then my thing is, I don't like overrated people. I like people who are underestimated and overproduced. LeBron is like it's a different situation. It's like he can do no wrong. He's like the poster. He's like the favorite child. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
that never get no whoopings.
Yeah, like, bruh. Like, that's what I'm saying. Then you can't say anything to him because his fans are like those parents. Oh no, like no.
Not my child. Not my child.
Yeah, like what are you talking about?
You talk like this man not even a pantheon player in your opinion. Where do you rank LeBron James all time?
All time.
Take emotion out of it.
After Jordan, I take who?
Take your emotion out of it. So don't put Wade in front of LeBron.
What? How?
How?
How? Why wouldn't I?
And as far as pure basketball skill and talent,
just because he's a huge monster with skills, don't make him better than the smaller guys that could do the same thing.
Look, I agree that Wade impacts all of the game.
So
And-
then, why are you asking me my greatest if I can't say Wade is in front of LeBron?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Dwayne Wade is his teacher. The teacher always gets more credit than the student, no matter how good the student becomes.
Okay. You right. This your episode. I forgot that you made that point early in the show. When I want my own episode, I will have my own episode. So please, I'm gonna ask you the question again. I'm not gonna interrupt. Where do you rank LeBron all time?
All time, LeBron can sit comfortably in seat 4.
Who are the top 3?
um,
I know 2 of them.
my top 3:
Mm-hmm.
Jordan, Wade, and unbelievably AI. Yeah,
Defend yourself.
defend myself. AI had the same caliber of teams that LeBron had going into the finals, and he produced actually what works. And he was a smaller man, and he just did more. And he had, I like hard. You feel me? LeBron, he's good, he's skilled, but he ain't really got the hard.
You a Heat fan, so you like that.
That
You like that dog.
down to it. You got to fight, man.
You like people like Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, ain't nobody fit come lay on mama chest because he messed up. Oh boy, go get it. Like, LeBron is like, he's a baby. But nah, LeBron could go in seat 3 for real though.
Yeah,
I'm being irrational, but Jordan and Wade definitely go in front of him.
that's. I don't even want to argue it because I love Wade so much. Me and that boy got the same birthday, you know.
You're born a winner and not a crybaby, so you understand.
Yo,
I think
that's tough, Keith. That's tough though. But I'm a realist. Like, and I know you to be one too. You are a tough. I definitely got to do this with you again, bro. Because I did not think that we would find one thing to disagree on here. But that Wade over LeBron thing needs to be broken down for me because it's emotionally conflicting for somebody like me. I got Wade on a T-shirt right now. Like
right, you see LeBron right below him. See, they didn't do that by mistake. Look at, pull your T-shirt up again. Let me see. Who's taller in real life?
LeBron James.
Okay, who's over who?
Wade's over LeBron. If Bosh is below them both.
I'm telling you.
Key, I appreciate you for coming on here talking to me. What I want to do is I want to allow people to get a little time to promote whatever it is that they want to promote, whether it's be one of your poems, whether it be somebody that you're working with, anything that you want to promote. Take your time and get it to me. Who you shouting out today?
Today, I like to shout out the great underrated Dwayne Wade and all of his contributions to the NBA and for his ability to go back to his home squad where he was made or became the legend. And I just like to thank him in advance for a great season. And
Oh, so you already said he coming back next year?
Yeah. He's coming back with the vengeance. I know it sounds irrational, but I might be psychic here, channeling my energies.
Hey man, I'm praying that you're correct.
I like to shout Wade out, and even when they don't win, Wade ain't cry. I never saw Wade cry about anything. He goes to the source, or he becomes the source. And so, Dwayne Wade, we appreciate you, big guy. And I just like to say that I'm a spoken word artist. I am a poet. I am an author of a book. I'm working on the second one, and I like to shout out Royal because he about to take Stephen A. Smith's job.
Oh, listen, that boy's dead meat out here.
Yeah.
That boy Stephen A. dead meat. But yeah, Key, I was about to say, if you don't shout out your poetry, I'm gonna do it for you because you're dope. I want to make.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm working on it.
Yeah, and you getting better too. So it's like I appreciate your craft and I appreciate the time that you put into it. I appreciate all the work that you do for other people that goes unnoticed. But trust me, the kids stay watching. So I know what you got going on. Yeah, no pressure. No
Oh,
cap.
and I have a master's in sport management, guys.
Yeah.
So I'm out here. I'm not just talking. I have the credentials and I know the games.
Yeah.
I know football. We can argue about football. We can argue about basketball.
I said it in the intro because I recorded the intro before I called you. I told her my dog used to play quarterback for the Tallahassee Jewels.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I played at Simply Marvelous, and I have a record in Broward County for the most yards thrown in the game.
Shout out to the crib.
Hey.
Yeah. But yeah, Key, like I said, man, I appreciate you for taking the time to do this. This was fun, and I should have it. I should have it up soon.
All right, let's go, Roy. You on to something great, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Follow Joe Dreams.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
All right, I talk to you.
Good day.
Yeah, you do the same.